What makes a man? In the body of creation, man's position is not only the head, but the crown on the head. The manifested world is comprised of the human kingdom, the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, and the inert mineral kingdom. A close study of this reveals that there is a similar classification in human beings. The study also reveals that an equal opportunity is available to all to claim this highest achievement of human life. The classifications are due to differences in the nature and quality of emotions and intellectual convictions. A stone or earth are inert as they are not conscious and also do not react to the external world. Many human beings are like the inert, insentient things. They are indifferent, ignorant, and totally unaware of the external environment and circumstances. The consciousness or awareness in them is very feeble or negligent, and they are a bundle of laziness and inertness with no pangs, passions, or plans in life. These kind of men are classified as stone men. Plants are a little more evolved than these inert, insentient objects. They are lethargic, have very little movement, and respond to the world to meet their basic needs for existence. Traces of discrimination are there in the plant kingdom, but only in a rudimentary stage. Their discrimination is limited to distinguish between light and darkness, food and poison, and their efforts are only to meet their own survival needs of food and water. Among men, we find many who are similar to the plants. They are lazy and only respond when pressed. They are not eager to do anything constructive and exercise discrimination only when the objects are gross and substantial, but they lack emotions for others. These kind of men can be classified as plant men. We find greater evolvement in animals, and they have better awareness too. Compared to the plants, animals have a clearer discrimination and their reactions to the environment are sharper. They are not lazy as they move from place to place in search of food and do not perish like plants when their food is not available in that location. They care for themselves along with the young ones as their emotions and feelings are comparatively developed. Similar to this, among men, we find animal men who are egocentric, passion driven, and desire ridden. They are extrovert and have limited discriminative powers. They are constantly engaged in fighting, procuring, and collecting for the enjoyment of their dependents and themselves. A vast majority of human beings can be classified in this category as they are mainly guided by feelings and impulses rather than by discrimination and understanding. The last variety is man, the roof and crown of creation. They have the maximum capacity for discrimination and are present everywhere in the universe. There are no limits to develop their discriminative powers. They can use this power to make great achievements in the gross world and also dive into the depths of their own subjective personality layers till they reach the spiritual core in themselves. Swami Chinmayananda says, those who do not make use of this great capacity inherent in them belong to the aforesaid three categories, though they are labeled as man. But the rare few that develop a universal love and constantly engage themselves in activity under the guidance of their superior intellect are called man men, and they alone can claim the prestige, dignity, and glory of man. Won't it be suicidal to sidestep this opportunity, having been given this wonderful human birth in this life by the Lord?